I'm getting blinded out here. It's kind of bright out here, isn't it? I'm out on the dock hiding from my family. It's Old Mom Sunday afternoon because Old Mom Sunday night is going to be, the old mom is going to be asleep very early. Yes, she is, because she has a big day tomorrow. Do you hear that music my neighbor's playing? I love it. It's like 70s. This is Eastern North Carolina in October. This is the weather that you expect. It's so rare that it happens. So we got married on October 5th, and it was 98 degrees. Because sometimes you don't plan well. Good afternoon. So a big thing happened at my house today. Very big. My son, who is a senior in high school, has finished his college essays. And I was thinking about that. One, and I had good parents. My parents, and I don't know if everybody's parents were like this or this was just my parents. Like, did everybody else have this different existence than I did? My parents, I don't even know if they asked me where I was applying. I know they never helped me with an essay. In fact, I don't remember anybody helping me with an essay. There was no college. There wasn't a college counselor. There was. Her name was Miss Beatty. And Miss Beatty said, where are you going to apply? And then you said something, and then she said, okay. And then she never did anything else. And you had to, you hand wrote them back then. This is in 1990, 92, 93. You hand wrote the essays. There's no typing. No typing. Just found the whole thing so intriguing. And now there's this thing called, if you're a parent that hasn't gone through college yet, I have learned all sorts of information through one child, and I have 2 more to go. How did you like the Skyline chili? People mainly like to just talk about other things. So the Skyline chili we had last night, somebody mailed me. Is it from Chicago or Cincinnati? It was very good. I really liked it. My family was not as convinced as I was. They were kind of like, is there brown sugar in this? What is this? You eat chili over spaghetti noodles. But I kind of think it would have been good just a soup or on a hot dog. I'm no expert. But anyway, it was good. You found 203 shark's teeth. Oh, I would like that. So my parents didn't know what essays I wrote. They didn't know where I was applying. I applied to University of Tennessee, Appalachian, Harvard. I've never publicly admitted that. I applied to Harvard. See, my problem has always been I have way too much confidence. I thought, oh, of course they want me at Harvard. I mean, look at me. I'm amazing. Even though I have B's and C's and a 980 on the SAT. University of Tennessee, Knoxville, Appalachian, Harvard, Carolina, and UNCW. And that was it. Well, I got in everywhere. Well, I never heard back from Carolina, and my dad said, I think they thought it was a joke. In Harvard, I got denied. So that was good. And my child applied at the same time you would have, and from an independent school. His school controlled the process very closely. Well, maybe they controlled the process for people that they felt like had a hope of getting in. But this whole college thing, it wasn't as much of a focus back then. And I'll tell you, even my boys' school, they were at Episcopal High School. I noticed there's this Instagram page, and it's like where everybody's going, and they put your picture up with so-and-so's going here. And, even that stuff is stressful. So I'm just of the mindset that when Thomas gets in, you're not going to see me doing some great big video or him crying and carrying on, because I think it's tacky. And I don't mean like everybody has to, not have their feelings hurt, but I just don't think it helps these kids who are at like stress level here, Anyway, I don't like it. I don't like it. What year did you graduate? Well, from high school in 93. So I ended up going to Meredith College, which I would tell anybody that has a daughter, I would love for my daughter to go to Meredith. I think Meredith is one of the best schools ever. It is amazing. You have amazing professors. They have a 93% acceptance into grad school from there. Anyway, I just cannot push it enough. I wish there was a school like Meredith for boys. And some people might say Hampton-Sydney is. But my oldest son, who's applying now, is super into, he thinks he wants big. And, you never know how you're parenting, if it's any good until probably it's too late, But there's part of me that I want him to have the ability to make some of these choices. Where's Meredith located? It's in Raleigh, North Carolina. So good. So good. You would have rocked Knoxville. Well, I had a boyfriend in Knoxville. And, of course we broke up like when we graduated, so that would have been a mess. You don't ever want anybody following a boyfriend, Doesn't Thomas want to go to Carolina? Yes, he wants to go to Carolina. He also likes NC State. He is going on a first official tour tomorrow of Carolina, and he doesn't do the official tour of NC State until, I think, the Monday after Thanksgiving. I also learned, and anybody should know this, that you have to get the tours months in advance. Well, there wasn't a tour. You just showed up and you walked around, and you could interview if you wanted. Which interviewing is great for people that are confident and chatty. That's how I got into Meredith, the interview. So I didn't even apply there until like August. And they said, why do you want to come here? And I said, well, I've been at an all-girls school for 4 years, and I loved it. And my dad went like this. Oh, golly. But it was really good for me. I let my son make the choice. So yes, did you have Botox on your forehead and eyes? Yes, I did. Do you think it looks good? I feel like this eye is kind of cockeyed. Why would you ask a question? If you're a subscriber of mine, you just click on that link. You could watch me get it. In case you're chicken. It did sort of hurt, though. We'll say that. I'm trying to look good. I have 200-something people coming here next weekend. And I'm trying to get myself together. Are the schools all in North Carolina? My son is applying to Carolina, NC State, ECU, South Carolina, and, well, I think he would like Wake Forest. It's really expensive. And he didn't love it because the fraternity houses are on campus. And I mean, this is so a 17-year-old making decisions like this. But it's expensive. And I think he would like NC State just as much. I think Wake Forest is a really good school. Obviously, it's probably more like he has now. Smaller class sizes, very supportive instructors. When you go to a private college, you get, to me, a better experience. And I went to Carolina and NC State for my master's and PhD. But you need smaller classes are generally good. Just my opinion. So South Carolina. I know my brother went to South Carolina. I love it too. So anyway, he's applying to these places. NC State is in Raleigh, and UNC Chapel Hill is in Chapel Hill. Now, Chapel Hill is the place that everybody wants to go these days. That's like really good. Would you consider a facelift? No, because you know what I just found out about a facelift? If you get a facelift, you know what they do? I thought they just janked your face back. They unhook your face and they peel it back. And then they do something and put it back. My hairdresser, Lori, was telling me all about it. I mean, I had no idea that was even a thing. So, no, I'm not going to get that. It's not rude. I don't mind. So anyway, we're going to see these schools. He has written the essays, but Wake Forest, you have to write 4 supplemental essays. And I've been encouraging them, like, you should write the essays. You should definitely apply, because my husband he's not listening. He's the type that wants our son to apply to like a bunch of schools that sound fancy so that he can tell people he got in. Because if you're with my husband, if y'all say I said that, I'll deny it. If you're with my husband for any length of time, he will tell you about all the schools he applied to. He'll be like, I got off the waiting list at Washington and Lee, something Davidson. I mean, I swear he makes a new one up every month. And so the other day I said, how many schools did you apply to? And he got to 12. Like, who applies to 12 schools? He did not get into Carolina, though he claims he got in off the waiting list. Lies. It's all lies. I don't think he did. I really don't. He also told me he pledged a fraternity in the summer. What? Is that even possible? And if I say anything like that, he's like, you weren't even in a sorority. You were in Kappa Omicron Nu, which was like the home economics sorority at Meredith. Hi from Dubai. Hi, Yasmin. Yasmin, you used to be a subscriber. What happened to you? You fell off. And what else? Oh. So these essays, so Wake Forest has these 4 extra essays. So I don't think he applied to Wake Forest. And I was trying to encourage him today. I was like, I'm going to look at the essays. Well, the essays were they were so hard. So he's been writing the essays and then I've been editing them. And so you can't have more than 250 words. So he'll start with like 380 words. And my job is to delete words so that he gets to 250. It's actually a great way to help your children edit, because I think the tendency is, well, they have a little bit and you're going to add a bunch to it. That's cheating. So let them write a lot and then you deduct. So ready for next weekend. Yay, me too. You're going to be right out here on this purr. You're going to be in my backyard. We're going to hope it doesn't rain. My son with autism is a senior. We are trying to help him decide between college or tech school. Wow. That's pretty amazing. You get to make the decision. That's awesome. So he's written an essay about, let's see. One was like, what do you want to study? There was also one about, you love the wake prompt of Maya Angelou's poetry. Oh, I saw that. I mean, that just made me feel tired. But you know what? Good for Wake Forest. They can really cut people from coming if they have to write all those questions. Hi from UK. My twin boys have just started university, one of whom is autistic. Oh, that's good. I love that. I can't imagine having 3 typical children that I pretty much expect to go to college. And then Amos, who I have no idea. He's in 3rd grade this year. He's almost 10. And he is a good reader. And his teacher the other day was saying, his comprehension is really good. It's just figuring out ways to test him and assess him and teach him in a traditional environment with his disabilities. It's tricky. Application's so much harder than when we went. Well, now they have this thing called the Common App. And so if you're a new college, if you're nouveau with this whole college thing, and you think, oh, well, there's a Common App. What I thought the Common App went, oh, Cheryl, you're from Wapakoneta? That's where my mom is from, the home of Neil Armstrong. My mom grew up in Wapak. Yes, she was. And I thought the Common App, that you went in to do this application, and then you wrote these essays, And then you just submitted that to all the colleges you wanted to go. I was like, this is awesome, right? So you only do one application for all your schools. No, 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 no. That is not what the Common App is. So the easier a school is to get in, the less supplements they have. Or this is what I've been able to glean from my new experience as a, what are you doing to your head? As a new, soon-to-be college mother. And so some of the colleges, a couple of them, he doesn't have to do anything extra. It's just the Common App, no supplementals. So, of course, that helps people want to apply, right? So, my parents met at Ohio State. They both went to Ohio State. My kin, they're from Ohio, all my kinfolk. And then the other schools have maybe one or two each. State, Carolina, one or two each. But they really make sure that you can't use the same one for two. It's very sneaky. Brilliant, actually. What about the Naval Academy? So yes, my son did want to go to the Air Force Academy. He worked really hard last year at working towards that goal. And then he could not get a score high enough on the ACT that he felt like he would get in. So they want you to have a really high score on the ACT, unless you're like some amazing athlete or whatever. And so he was going to have to take like a coding class. His whole year was really going to have to be about that application. And he just decided he didn't want it to be. So anyway, but I will say it was a real benefit. I didn't feel like it was a great fit for him, but I was trying to support him and encourage him. And I think it really gave him a year of goals. He had all A's last year, which is super hard where he's in school. And double major in physics and astronomy. Wow. And so he seems happy. He loves studying economics. That's like his thing. He went to Boise State this summer, which is a big deal, really, because he wanted to go to the Surface Academy. They love Boise State. My husband, he's starting to grill. So anyway, yeah. So I feel good. So he has written these essays. I have read them over. They look pretty good to me. There's a couple that I'm like, oh, I would have written about, but you know what? It's not my essay. And it needs to be their essays. You know, this is about them, not us. And I know that's tricky for some people, but yes, he can transfer. What's the brand of the glasses? Well, they're from, I don't know. They're from Eye Care of Edenton. They say Paradox. I don't know. Paradox? Is that even a glass's name? How are your arms? Oh, I've got burns. The other one looks really bad. I won't even show it to you. It's bad. Bad. Anyway, that's all I got. Old Mom Sunday afternoon. Yep, nothing else. Gonna go cook something. My husband's up there making some steaks, and I'm going to make some mashed potatoes. Amanda, you should be a subscriber. My subscriber page is fun. I know people are like, what the devil is a subscriber? Why should I pay 17 cents a day? Well, I do videos every day. Oftentimes you get to see my family. It's more of a behind the scenes look. And it's more of a conversation. So we're sitting here talking instead of me talking at you. It's a conversation. Tonight I will be with Carrie Cariello and Kate Swenson on Carrie Cariello's page, 7:30. And then at 8, Carrie Cariello's subscriber page, Q&A. So there you go. Where's Amos? He is inside, happy as a darn lark, watching YouTube on the television. He has learned to work the remote, and it has been life-changing for us all. Yesterday, I took my subscribers in a tour of this little house we just bought that we're renting out. So that's kind of fun. It looked real bad in there. I was going to paint today, and then I just didn't have it in me after finishing those darn essays. Yo, look at that one little cloud behind my head. Look at that. Isn't that the cutest thing? Be darn. Is your Mr. Brown on the North Carolina Education Lottery commercial? Yes, he is. He sure is. He didn't win the education lottery, like pick your favorite person thing. And we were mad as hornets when Mr. Brown didn't win. So I promise you the Education Commission came and did a commercial with him in it because they knew we were all mad. He's he should have won. But he ended up, we got him 35,000 people donated. And this week, because he's retired, they donated 7,700. I gave him a check for 6,000 and then 1,700 more came in. So now I got to go take him another check. Carry on, my people. Goodbye.